Rahm, so I want to follow up what you were talking about with Portland. The protesters have set fire to a federal courthouse in Seattle. They burned a juvenile detention center, construction site. We're seeing reports of Molotov cocktails being thrown at police officers, lasers sent to blind them. There's this weird, I think, difference between the way conservatives are viewing this and Democrats are, in the sense that I'm against violence no matter what. I'm for peaceful protesting, but the second you start burning things, destroying property, let alone murdering or shooting people like happened in the CHOP zone, I'm out. And I do think there's this weird narrative that if you somehow are against violence or don't want your neighborhood looking like Portland, that you somehow aren't for peaceful protesting. I actually think it's a really dangerous narrative for Democrats. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? And what do you think of this fracture between the left and the right on this?
Well, Megan, here's what I would say is, you said protesters. There are moms out in Portland. There are other people legitimately raising questions about
There's also
the challenge
Antifa.
to the government. That's right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So they're not, I wouldn't paint a broad stroke is my short answer. There are people trying to hijack these legitimate protesters and create violence. And I think in the response from the federal government shouldn't be trying to make Antifa the face of the protest. Let the local law enforcement take the lead. If they need federal assistance, they'll ask for it, like we've done in every other situation going back. And in this situation, understand the protesters who are asking America to live up to the promise of America, and know that others, individuals, not a lot, but are trying to hijack these protests for their own violent needs. And we need to separate them rather than paint in broad strokes.
I mean, I get that, but it's getting more and more violent. And again, it doesn't seem to be getting under control. And you even see the Portland mayor sort of backtracking on it.
Well, let me see. Seattle, a month ago, solved their problem without any federal assistance. I think it can be done. There are forces, Democrats have to be honest, that aren't here for peaceful protest. And unfortunately, the voices of the peaceful ones are now being receding, and the more violent voices are coming forward. I think in a way that the President Trump, if I may say it a little bit Machiavelli, wants to see happen. Whoopi? I think
yes,
did you?
I agree.
Oh, okay.
No, I concur. But we were talking earlier in the show about athletes taking a knee, and someone told me you had a change of heart on this. What did they mean?
Well, you know, when it first happened 3 years ago and Colin took a knee, I was like, you know, you have to respect America. And I didn't think that was appropriate. And, you know, at the religious services of the high holiday Jewish services, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, we actually, in the middle of services, do take a knee and bow to God in our humbleness and understanding we have work to do to live up to God's image and doing God's work. And as I started to expand my reading in the Islamic faith, the Catholic faith, at key moments, one takes a knee in awe of both respect to God, but also humbly knowing that our work and seeing God's work here on earth is not done. And when you step back and look at it, John Lewis at the steps of the bridge took a knee, and Dr. King. Here is a knee is out of to the flag and what it represents about America, not out of disrespect, but that America has fallen short of its promise. And if then you look at religious and religions of many faiths, bowing is understanding humbly that our work is not done. And if so my view began to change, thinking of it both as a Jew, as a key moment in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, as we think about our work, that we respect the flag, but America has work to do to achieve the ideals that that flag represents.
You are the best. We love when you come. We'll be right back.
I can't
see you soon.
The post-COVID world where we're all together again. I want to hug you.
Yes. Ditto.